we got a couple questions from SadPitt we're going to get into. Bills. And some of these questions, if you wrote me the questions and I simplified it, or I had my assistant simplified it, and my assistant is me, SadPitt is my assistant, or Bill's a SadPitt assistant, either, or interchangeable, because it's like if you got multiple personalities, you might as well make one of them do something that the other one don't want to do. So that's how I'm using that. So now Bill's is SadPitt's assistant and SadPitt is Bill's assistant. So that way everything will get done. So I chopped some of the questions up and made it a little bit shorter. If you hear your question here. Bills, why don't you have guests on the podcast? I think people ask me that a lot, but I do be having some guests, but I don't know. I just feel like interviewing somebody is low key dick riding. Like, so what do you get? You feel me? But I'm trying to get out of that mode. Like, I'm gonna have like a lot of. That's one thing I'm gonna do this year. Like, people with brands. If you got a brand or you got something dropping or some music or clothing, fucking any product you got and you want to come promote it on the podcast, just hit me up. Anybody like that, if you got your own podcast, you want to come to the podcast, so fuck it, I'm gonna start having guests like that. Anybody, I'm gonna do at least 2 guests a month. For anybody who want to promote anything, just hit me up and come on the podcast for it. Bills, did you ever do the crate challenge? No, I did not. In BK, the crate challenge was straight like some crackhead shit. Like, that's some stuff you pay a crackhead to do. Like it's like, yo, Unc, I give you $10 if you walk up these crates. So if anybody I know who did the crate challenge, it's definitely like giving Unc vibes. You feel me? So no, I've never did the crate challenge. Bills, why are you not funny on Twitter anymore? I don't know, because I feel like being funny sometimes come off as being a jerk, and the way being funny nowadays is mostly like commenting on other people's stuff. Like, people piggyback off of other people's tweets or comment on like TV shows or current situations. I feel like there's very rarely a tweet that I see that is just generated from a person's own thought that is very funny. I mean, they still out there though, and those people I do commend, but I kind of just even gave up on even trying to make those, because I feel like that was the lane I was in before, just like my own thoughts. I always appreciate people who have stuff from like their content from their own thoughts and not piggyback off nothing else. So, were you ever in a Boy Scout? No, they never even had Boy Scout stuff like that in Brooklyn. I never even like growing up, that wasn't even an option, and I probably wouldn't have joined it anyway, because I was the youngest child, so I have a problem with authority, because I never got in trouble. I never got a beating. My mom's never beat me. My pops beat me when I was young, and then after a while, when they was getting divorced, my mom was like, "Don't hit my son," and that was it. So I have a problem with authority, so I probably could have never joined the Boy Scouts. That's why I couldn't work for nobody. I literally have a problem with authority. Nobody ever told me what to do my whole life, so it's just like, What advice do you have for me? This is the most amazing woman I've ever met. Doesn't seem to feel the same way about me. I low-key still want to try to get back together, but at the same time, I'm trying to force the situation. Love is supposed to be easy, right? I mean, if Devin or Devon, whatever you say, were y'all together? Why are you saying she doesn't feel the same way? But listen, I just want to say, you got it right. Just don't force it. You can't force nothing, man. Can't force nothing in this world. You cannot. It's like, yo, sometimes I said it in the thing. Sometimes you just got to step back. You can't, every time you try to force a situation, you become either overbearing or you just doing too much. And sometimes you just got to let people make their mistake. You feel me? You got to just know, like, fuck it. Like, I know I could give this person, I could be the person that this person want, but they don't want you. You just got to let people make their mistakes. In life, you got to be okay with letting some people miss out on you. So if she ain't giving you the rhythm you want, my brother, you just definitely got to fall back and shit. So, but yeah, that was a episode of SadPitt. Remember, you could email us at asksapitt or Gmail, or you could write us questions on Saturday Media on IG if you want to for